So now here's Chico. Welcome, Chico and Julia and
Annika.
Annika. Hello, nice to meet you. What can you tell us about Chico? Can you give us a little introduction?
Sure, this is Chico. He's a severe macaw, which is one of the miniature versions of macaws. However, he is large for a severe, so while he's not the size of like a blue and gold or a scarlet or a green winged macaw, he's a decent sized little bird. He's 23 years old. He had gone and had lived with a previous Mickaboo foster for many years. She had adopted him, and she passed away last February. So once a Mickaboo bird, always a Mickaboo bird. So a few of us went and picked up birds that were left behind, and Chico was one of them. So he's, before he came to me, he was living in a room with two other macaws. He doesn't, I'm trying to say, he likes the ambient attention of other birds. So he really likes to have other birds around, but he is not necessarily interested in playing with them. He's also, because we think he was probably in his cage most of the last year that he was with his previous owner, he's a little cage bound. The first few months I had him, I got him last February. First few months I had him, he would not come out of the cage at all, even though I leave the cage door open almost all day. So having him up on top of the cage right now is a huge step. He started out, he'd come out into the door, and now he's getting enough confidence and getting brave enough that he's actually up on top of his cage now. He talks a lot.
Oh.
He has a big vocabulary. Annika, what are some of the things he says?
Pretty bird, hello, goodbye, good Chico, other things. Apple, I think.
Yeah.
Apple. So the important things.
Yes. He also has this one thing he does at night sometimes when I cover him up, and it sounds like, I didn't do it. Which, for a macaw.
Yeah, really important thing.
Yes. Mm-hmm. He also loves to just sit and chatter, and you can't understand what he's saying, but he's carrying on like a full and entire conversation. Right, Chico? What do you think?
He also has a really big maniacal laughter. It's very evil. It's rather funny. Yeah. He also really likes dancing to Sabrina Carpenter whenever I have that playing. So yeah, he's pretty fun.
Yes. All right. So we've got a couple audience questions here. Is he good with kids? So yeah. Annika, you're not quite a kid, but
yeah,
and does he allow handling?
I would not put him in a home with small children unless you were really, really cautious about it. What I've found with severes, this is my second severe that I've had, is that they do tend to be much more reserved and cautious than some of the others. Like the Hans macaw, which is one of the other miniature macaws, they're very gregarious, outgoing, they like to hang with people. These guys are much more reserved. I think they're a better adult bird. And honestly, he does not step up for me willingly, and he definitely picks his people.
Yeah, he is bonded with the older sibling in his household, and they were 18. So
right, and we think he prefers men. Now that's a little hard for me to justify because there are no men that live in this household, but except Chico. We had another Mickaboo volunteer staying with us for a couple of weeks while they were evacuated during the fires up in the Santa Cruz Mountains. And we discovered that he kind of likes Jonathan, who's the first man that we've really had in the house for a long time. So I think he kind of leans towards men, but he definitely, like with my oldest child, he would step up for them. But it was still very scary. Like they couldn't, if he stepped up for them, they could go a few feet away from the cage, but then he would panic.
Oh, they like sitting on the, Chico likes sitting on the couch with them.
Right, which is just a few feet away from his cage. So basically, he's most secure if he can at least be holding onto his cage. He's a little. Yeah. This is his favorite toy. Bell ball.
Yeah. See, he's
Bell ball. What do you think? Oh, you know.
You want the almond?
No, now he wants to eat my face. He is hormonal, and we have just I just had an implant put in him at the vet for a hormone shot. It was a hormone implant, and we're trying to tone down some of the hormonal issues, like you're seeing here, like he wants to eat my face. Whereas he was not like this with my oldest child, because he had picked them. So, but with me, yeah. So anyway, but I say we did. So the vet and I really think that the implant is going to make a difference, but it's just been recently that we have done the implant. And because the implant doesn't resolve the hormones already in the system, it sometimes takes some time to get that out. The implant will just keep him from producing more excessive hormones. So we're working on it, kind of a work in progress. The one thing I will have to say about him, he's probably the easiest macaw I have ever had, in the sense that he doesn't want to leave his cage. Yeah, I've had other macaws, that will go wander around the house and eat everything they can. Not Chico. So Chico has not chewed up any furniture. He's not chewed up anything. Yeah, that's right. You haven't chewed up anything. I know. It's crazy, isn't it? And he's, other than his talking like this, yeah, I know. Other than his talking, he's really relatively quiet. Sometimes he will, sometimes like morning and evening, most birds will do a flock call. And so he sometimes will do that, but honestly, it's not even that consistent and it's not loud. My conures, which are much smaller birds, like PJ, the one you just saw, are much louder than this guy is. So if you're concerned about a noise perspective, this guy's good. And I say he is low maintenance in the sense that, at least right now, because his favorite person is not in the house, he doesn't, I sit in here with him lots. In fact, I do a lot of my work in the bird room so I can be with him. And he likes having me there. He wants me in the room, but then he's not interested in coming over to cuddle. He's not interested in stepping up, but he wants me in the room with him. And sometimes if I've been working in the room with him a lot and then I go to leave the room, he'll start yelling, hello, hello. He's calling for me to come back. Yeah.
So he really does have an interest in people. There's just certain terms that he wants to.
Yeah,
that's right.
Sometimes I'll be like singing and dancing around the house, and he loves joining in. He doesn't sing a lot, but he loves dancing.
Got it.
He also
we do have another audience question about Chico, which is, do we have an idea how old he is?
He's 23.
Okay, wow, yeah. I guess with the amount of history he has with Mickaboo, we know more about him than some birds.
Right. Yeah. And for him, he'll probably live to be, as long as his health is in good condition, he could live to be 40, 45, 50 years old easily. Mm-hmm. So anyway, he's middle age as this variety of macaw goes.
Okay. We have just a couple minutes left. So I wondered if there's anything else you would like to share with Chico, and particularly, are there things you would want a potential adopter to know, or a kind of home you think that he would thrive in?
I think he would do well in a house that perhaps has both a male and a female, just because I think that would give him good balance, but that's not necessary. Certainly one person could adopt him and be just fine. He also, while he doesn't want to step up, he doesn't want to cuddle, he does like to have people. So, and he also likes the ambient attention of other birds as well. So there are other birds in the room and he really enjoys having them. Although he doesn't directly interact with any of them, he just likes to be able to hear them and talk to them and that sort of thing. So, yeah.
He likes fresh food, like fruits, so like apples, bananas, grapes. Yeah, he really likes his.
We're working on the veggies. He's really not quite there yet.
Oh, for 4 on broccoli today.
This guy is. We have not convinced him on the broccoli yet. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He also really likes his toys, like not just the bell. There's a couple others in his cage that he really likes just playing with because he's a very tactile bird inside.
Got it.
Yeah. And he loves his bells. He likes to ring his bells. He's on Supreme Naturals, so that's good. He's very solid on those. So you won't have to convert him to pellets or anything. He's right on track with that. So,
Great.
is that right? And his favorite treat is almonds in the shell. He has a very particular way of eating them. So, they have
secret weapon for training.
He likes going in at it.
Yeah, he kind of like a little egg out of the, in Europe where they eat the egg out of the shell in the little cup.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how he does his little almond, and he's very precise about it. So
neat.
Yes. I know.
Well, thank you, Julia and Annika, for introducing us to Chico.
I think he's really a sweet boy, especially with whoever he chooses as his person. Mm-hmm. And I am forever entertained by him. I just love, I can sit and listen to him chatting and talking all day. He's very fun in that sense. So
neat.